So, you guys, I want to talk about the DL Whisperer. This guy in the video is known as the DL Whisperer. He gained his popularity by exposing men who were on the download. So, if you was a straight man and you like messing with gay men or men that likes to dress like women, he will expose you. So a lot of women liked that content. So they started following him. He gained so much followers from that. At the end of the day, not everybody was happy with this new content creator and how popular he was. One person that was against this content creator's idea of being a DL whisperer was trans activist T.S. Madison. Her concern was if you do these things and you expose these people, they could get hurt. So the DL Whisperer did not like what Madison had to say. They both got into a huge online beef. It was so bad. The DL Whisperer went into T.S. Madison neighborhood and threatened her. That's where everything got really, really, really bad. It went to the left. Let me know what y'all think.
The DL Whisperer. So you put the DL Whisperer in prison.
No, he put himself in jail.
DL Whisperer, for people who don't know, he whispers about the DL. He's currently in jail because he was stalking
Well,
you.
he put himself there.
And there was video from your Ring camera footage of him circling your block, yelling and screaming, come outside, and threatening to kill you and your mom, cause harm.
Right.
And now he's in jail.
Well, they have themselves there. He made videos responding to me. He's like, I know you live in Conyers. Oh, I'm coming to this house today. You want to have a little shootout, Maddie?
So the obsession turned into something else, and then you ended up, what charges were filed against him?
Aggravated stalking.
Okay, and so he's been in there for how long now?
He's been in there since February the 21st.
And so what's your goal for him to, because he was then riding around your house yelling out your name on your Ring camera. And what's the goal with there?
Once he sets foot on the ground, I am filing a lawsuit against him.
You know what's sad about this is he never had beef with TS. His beef was with Dominique Morgan. The same thing that he was what he was exposing Dominique Morgan for, because T.S. Madison is friends with Dominique Morgan, another, trans person that uses his trans to get set-asides, to buy wigs and clothes, and says that he's going to use it to help bring bail trans people out of jail that have to be forced to sell their bodies because they're not welcomed into society. DL Whisper was on that one, and he went to jail. And when he went to jail, when he was sentenced, T.S. Madison wasn't even down there around there, was scared to show up. But when he got out, let him come back in. See, what happened was DL Whisper he cut off the lick. He cut off the lick, in my opinion. Yeah, they had a whole scheme that I feel that they was finna put through, and DL Whisper messed that whole thing up.
Y'all think that justice has been prevailed because the DL Whisperer was locked up and now he's out, but he can't speak on certain things, and now he's kind of damaged and he's fearful, to say certain stuff. So you think you have won. You think that, this is a win for us. It's not. Because can I tell y'all something? And I'm going to hold your hand while I tell you this, because it's going to be hard for you to hear. He was never the problem. He was never the real enemy. When I used to speak on DL Whisper, I spoke on the DL Whisper several times. If you go to and watch my videos, you will hear the cryptic messages that I was trying to hint and give y'all goofy asses. I was trying to tell y'all he's not the real enemy. The black women supporters that he had were the real enemy.
Today we went to court for Madison and the DL Whisperer, and every time we go to court, there's a lot of online chatter about things that are going on, and I wanted to give y'all an exclusive breakdown of what actually happened in court today. So today was an arraignment. There was a plea entered, and then there also was a sentence. Today, the DL Whisperer entered a plea of guilty to the charge of aggravated stalking of T.S. Madison. Also in court, they gave a sentence today. So he was sentenced to 8 years probation with time served for 120 days in jail. He also was banished from the Appalachian Judicial Circuit, which means that he can no longer, for as long as he lived, return to Gilmer, Fannin, or Pickens counties. The judge told him, you better not even stop for gas. Aside from being supervised probation, there are other stipulations that he has been required to follow. Madison was granted a permanent protective order. I want to read a little bit of that for y'all, because that's what's most interesting about this particular case. The permanent restraining order reads as follows. And take notes, because this is what fucking matters, because you bitches are about to, The above case having come on to be heard by this court for entry of plea of guilty by the defendant and pursuant to plea negotiations and in exchange for the defendant's plea, the defendant has agreed to the entry of a permanent restraining order as follows. The defendant, Naquan Palmer, shall not have any contact whatsoever with Madison Hinton or her family, either directly or indirectly through a third party by means of mail, email, newsprint, telephone, internet application, any digital means of communication or AI applications, and shall not mention the victim's name or social media moniker or other identifiers, including but not limited to hashtags, @ or hyperlinks designed to connect the victim to any social media post, and shall not mention the victim on any social media platform or journalistic platform directly or indirectly. The defendant shall not come about Madison Hinton's place of work or any event where she has been hired to attend, and shall not cause orders to do so as well. Furthermore, the defendant shall not come within 1 mile of the victim's residence. That's not all, because there are expanded communication restrictions. And this is where you homophobic hoes are gonna fuck it up, so pay attention, bitch. He is not to have any communication intended to reach, influence, intimidate, harass, monitor, embarrass, or comment upon Madison Hinton, whether or not she actually receives it. He should have no contact through friends, family members, co-workers, employers, agents, publicists, media outlets, content creators, anonymous accounts, or online community. So all of y'all free DL whisper in the comments, that ends now, bitch. Also, the expanded protective order includes social media loopholes, and this is important. Posting about Madison even without using her name, using nicknames, initials, code words, descriptions, photographs, likeness, voice recordings, screenshots, emojis, or references that a reasonable person could identify as T.S. Madison. Encouraging, directing, soliciting, or requesting others to post about her, i.e. Asha K, Michelle Atalian Brown, Angela Stanton King, and the spiritual whistleblower. The current order mentions AI applications, but it could also be expanded to prohibit AI-generated content depicting or referencing her, deepfakes, synthetic voice recreations, AI-generated images, videos, stories, songs, commentary, or the like. Business and professional interference, contacting her employers, contacting event organizers employing her, contacting her sponsors, clients, customers, agents, or representatives, interfering with her contractual relationships, personally or professionally, bitch. That's the gag. Gag order is the gag, bitch. And all of this could have been avoided had he chose to leave strangers alone. But y'all are gonna fuck it up for him because you homophobic hoes are tired.